Okay, so for week 8, learn together. You have a couple options here as far as what you start with. You can either take your week 4 learn together, which was our daily decision, or you can come up with something new that meets the same requirements, right? Now, I ended up doing something new because I thought it was more fun. But if you enjoyed the daily code and you want to extend it, here's your opportunity. Okay, so allow, and some of you actually did this already in week 4, but allow the user to run until they want to stop, right? So we've seen a couple ways in this class to do that. And then once they stop, do some type of reporting back to the user based on their input data. Now, here's the key is you need to use a nested dictionary or a nested list, right? Or something similar, right? You could nest a dictionary in a dictionary. You could nest a list within a list. I ended up using a list with a dictionary. And the reason is because that pattern in JavaScript is most common. So I'm most familiar with it and I like it. So I use that. But I'm going to give you options here on what you can do, right? So, make sure you select something different. Actually, I'm going to take this out because I ended up changing that, so that'll come out. Needs to use return values, right? So we're at the point now where we've learned enough about functions that we understand, and now it's time to implement returning values from a functions, right? And don't use the calculator. And to get full points, it needs to run and it needs to be PEP 8 compliant. Now, uh, you know, you create your week 4 or your week 9, do your work in there, or sorry, week 8, and then write a short description of your work, reply to 2 of your fellow students. Now, and look at their code. Don't just give a general comment. What I look for in these comments is, did you look at their code? Right? And did you comment on it? Now, I'm not going to show you all my code, but I'm going to show you some of it. Mostly what I did is I ended up looking at a site and based on based on your BMI does the calories burned and the activity level, right? So I ended up creating a global tracking list, and then I had an object for at least four activities, right? And then what I did is I went through, and you can see this here. Matter of fact, let me increase this just a little bit so you can see it, right? So based on, let's say, backpacking, right? So if I go backpacking, how many minutes? Let's say I did actually 50 minutes of backpacking. I burned that many calories. And if I say, yeah, I want to enter another exercise, let's say I did housework, I did it for 20 minutes, right? So now what it's doing is it's keeping track of those calories burned and those exercises inside of that list. And now if I say no, what it does is it reports back how many calories for each, and then it totals them up. Okay, so that's what I did to approach this particular learn together. So I just wanted to give you an example of the output and what I used. Yes, nested lists with dictionaries are more common in JavaScript. They're also used in Python, but I've talked to a couple of my Python friends and they say more popular in Python is a nested dictionary. Okay. But I'm not going to really tell you which one to use, but you need to use some type of nested data structure here. Okay. Hope this helps you out. Look forward to seeing what you got for this one. Bye.